Evaluate a function. So when given a function and then given a value, that value is going to go back to our domain, and the answer will be our range. Domain and range, again, are synonymous with x and y. Input, output. Whenever we're given an input and then we put it into a function by using substitution, meaning that we're taking the number given and putting it in for the letter, and then solving the problem to generate our y value or our range or our output, that's going to be called evaluating. So all we're doing is putting a number in, solving it, and seeing what it generates. That generating number is going to be part of your range. And what's happening here is you're generating coordinates. If given this x value, you output this y value, and then you're able to plot it on a coordinate plane and determine what kind of trend you're seeing and stuff like that. So in example number 1, you can see where it says find f of 28. The function says f of x, the function of x, which is also could be said as y. Anytime you see f of x, f of anything, that could also be substituted with y. The reason that we're saying the function of x is because we're going to see what happens to x and what it turns into, and that will be the function of it, which is also your output, your y value, or your range. So instead of putting x right here, I substituted this number in right here. Then I just did 28 divided by 7. Then that means the function of 28 is equal to 4. That would mean that the coordinates that are generated here are 28, 4. So domain, range, x, y, input, output. I input 28 and had an output of 4. So this is where starting to evaluate functions when given information can generate a table for you, which then in turn generates a graph. So in example number 2, you can see it says find the function of 72. Again, these things don't have ideas attached to them yet. So you're learning the mechanics of how this stuff works, how to plug and play, to get an input to generate an output. So you can see that instead of using x right here, I took that x value, 72, and substituted it in. Instead of using x, I swapped the number in. So I rewrote it. Instead of writing x, I wrote the number. Then I follow the order of operations. Parentheses no, exponents no, multiplication division. Yep, 72 divided by 12 is 6. You can see that I'm keeping track of my work by showing each step as I simplify each operation. Then after that, there's only one thing left. 5 plus 6 is 11. So this would have generated coordinates, x value 72, output or y value range 11.